In this video, I will reveal Lu Chen's famous water-to-tea illusion which he performed with DMC. Here's a quick recap of what happened. Lu Chen asks DMC to hold a teapot, then pours water into it from a bottle. After tearing open a tea bag, he fills his fist with the tea leaves and makes them vanish in a puff of smoke. Within a few seconds, the water in the teapot suddenly turns into tea. He pours it into a cup and offers it to DMC, who drinks it and confirms that it is, in fact, real. Now, of course, we know that water does not change color on its own. There is definitely a chemical reaction happening here, but the real question is, what kind of reaction? Some of you might consider this a clock reaction, a process where two clear solutions mix, stay colorless for a while, and then suddenly change color, creating a magical effect. But here is the problem. Most clock reactions rely on chemicals like hydrogen peroxide, iodine, or sulfuric acid. Not only are these unsafe to drink, they also smell harsh and nothing like tea. This directly contradicts what we saw DMC do, where he not only checks it for smell, but also drinks it too. Well, the secret lies in the presentation. The teapot that DMC is holding is not an ordinary one. Its spout is actually blocked off, so nothing can pour out of it. What you see him doing here is just a false move. The cup he is holding already contains a small amount of tea at the bottom, which explains why DMC was able to drink it. And inside the teapot, a clock reaction did happen, but it was just to sell the illusion visually. Now, this particular clock reaction has to make sure the water eventually looks like tea. For that to happen, hydrogen peroxide is mixed with iodide in an acidic solution. On its own, this would quickly produce iodine, which gives the water a tea-like brown color. But thiosulfate is added at the start, and it cancels the iodine as soon as it forms, so the liquid stays clear. Only when the thiosulfate runs out does the iodine build up, and that is when the sudden change from clear to brown happens, just like tea. But here's the thing. Lu Chen was only seen pouring one clear liquid out of the water bottle. So when exactly was the second solution added to delay the iodine buildup? Well, that bottle of water actually contains both solutions. It is designed like a vacuum flask, with a smaller bottle placed inside a larger one. The space between them holds one solution, while the inner bottle contains the other, making it look like a single ordinary water bottle. When he pours it into the teapot, both liquids mix, and if you look closely, you can even spot a trace of residue from the outer compartment clinging to the inner bottle, briefly exposing the hidden setup. Now, the trick where he vanished the tea leaves from his fist is probably the easiest to explain. This is because all he needed were two gimmicks. The first is a smoke-producing watch, which he's wearing, and the second is a thumb tip that he's wearing on his right thumb, but positions inside his closed left fist. The tea leaves are poured straight into the thumb tip. He later places the thumb tip back onto his right thumb, and you can spot it right here, just before he secretly drops it behind the table along with the empty tea bag, right as he triggers the smoke from the watch. Behind this mask, only the truth remains, till we meet again.